Hi, this is Tim Sanders,
Hello, this is Michael Tillinger.
and today we're going to do a short video to include some really exciting updates, which we hope that you'll enjoy. We've spoken before on each other's channels, and I'm a great supporter of Michael's work, and he's also a supporter of Omnia, which is fantastic. And there's going to be a special offer at the end, so please stay tuned. First of all, I'm going to ask Michael some questions. So, Michael, I've seen all your updates recently, and it's really exciting what you're doing there in South Africa, getting the One Small Town projects going. So, tell us about it. What's the progress with One Small Town? Oh, and first of all, just for anyone who didn't know, what is One Small Town? And then what's the
All right, Tim, thanks very much. Tim, there's been unbelievable progress. Yeah, I actually caught a glimpse. I picked up on a video link that I did in May 2020, and that's just 2.5 years, not even 2.5 years, 2 years ago, just more than 2 years.
Right.
And the evolution that's happened with One Small Town since May 2020, which is literally 2 months after lockdown, when we thought our world was falling apart and nobody knew, everyone was very unsure of the future. And since then, it literally created the perfect fertile ground for the One Small Town idea to really ferment and sink in with people around the world. And in many ways, I think the lockdown helped people
All the
find.
stars are aligning, aren't they? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And what has happened since is just it is miraculous. I don't have any other way to describe it than it is divine intervention, divine guidance, and miraculous activities that happened step by step. From first of all, me finding in literally August 2021, finding the first ambassadors for One Small Town around the world, and then having appointed about 16 ambassadors in 15 different countries.
Wow.
And more ambassadors want to sign up and become One Small Town ambassadors around the world. Your question, what is One Small Town? That's
Yeah.
that's $1 million question. And
Everything.
the 30-second elevator pitch is that we bring power back to the people. We find small towns. We get the people to unite through a cooperative structure. And we start as many businesses as we can that belong to that cooperative structure, which means it belongs to the people. And then we bring investors, as many investors as we can, to invest and partner up with those communities or find funding for those businesses and create prosperity and abundance for the small towns. Because small towns all over the world are falling apart. It's very difficult to survive in small towns these days because everything is centered around urbanization, and there seems to be an agenda to destroy small towns and our agricultural and farming industries, as we can see what's happening around the world today. But
it's kind of the opposite of globalism, isn't it? It's localism and contributionism.
So One Small Town has taken off. We now have we're launching the first small town, two small towns in South Africa, one in South Africa and one in Lebanon. So the town of Kuruman in South Africa, in the Kalahari, a spectacular, beautiful part of South Africa. It's very rich in water, although it is in a semi-desert area, and that's an interesting situation to be in. There's a lot of groundwater. Some of a large number of freshwater springs that come out of the ground all over the Kuruman area is the largest, most sacred water spring area in all of Southern Africa.
Wow.
And then a small town of Ras El Matan in Lebanon, a beautiful historic town of about 10,000 people. So those are the first two towns that we are launching and preparing the foundation and the ground. Now, very few of us, including me, couldn't imagine how much work it would be to launch the first One Small Town. And that's really the process we're going through right now. It is an insane amount of work. Just imagine, we have to coordinate. In this case, we have to have the IT, the membership structure, the database system, the intelligence, the trading platform for our tokens, which we'll talk about, the systems that allocate where you should go to contribute your 3 hours a week, and then to be able to determine if you contributed your 3 hours a week, businesses that require help and so forth. It is a huge IT database monster that we had to create. Well, we've finished creating that. So where we are literally, I think, 1 week away, a few days away from launching our One Small Town sort of intelligence platform. It's like a blockchain. It's more secure than a blockchain, but it's not really a blockchain. We have many levels of security. That's where the members of One Small Town Kuruman go and sign up on our website, and the members of One Small Town Ras El Matan in Lebanon, they go and sign up. Very soon we will have an opportunity for non-resident members to sign up and become a non-resident global member of One Small Town, and then we start working 3 hours a week. Everybody contributes 3 hours a week to a number of community projects and or businesses that we start and generate profit with those businesses. So that's a thing. We've also launched a new cryptocurrency. I know that you're going to ask a question.
Yeah, tell us about. I mean, just before you say that, I mean, it's great that you've got the kind of blueprint, the architecture there, so that you can now just roll out many different One Small Town projects at pace, right? So you've always got to get.
That's really it.
You know.
Yeah, that's really it. It's been a very frustrating situation in many ways, because there are many towns around the world and many mayors that have reached out to us and they want us to come and help set this up. But we had to put everybody on hold, and including South Africa. In South Africa, we have about 5 or 6 other municipalities that have already contacted us and said, please come and set this up in our municipality. So we've got a lot of people around the world on hold until we launch this, because once this is launched and our platform, our membership structure, and everything is in place, it's going to be a walk in the park to launch One Small Town in as many towns as we choose to around the world. As long as we have a well-trained and a well-informed ambassador and a task team leader and a project manager, we can launch One Small Towns literally in 2 months. We can get on.
And it'll get faster and faster, won't it? It'll just be like, absolutely.
And keep in mind that this also requires business plans. We have to develop a lot of business plans that we then offer as the attraction to investors from around the world to invest into this town. So just to develop the business plans is a long and arduous and difficult thing. In Kuruman, we're developing 200 business plans. Wow. Some of them are from smaller business plans from a few million rand or a few $1 million to $200 million investments. So these are huge business plans that require a tremendous amount of input, expertise, knowledge, research, and so forth. Because when we launch the One Small Town Kuruman website, for example, and we have gone through our 30-day PR and say, okay, One Small Town Kuruman is launching on such and such a day. When that day comes, our One Small Town Kuruman website will become live with all the videos and all the interviews with the mayor and the people and the traditional leaders and all that. And investors from around the world will go to the website, they'll click on investment opportunities, and a drop-down menu of 200 businesses will face them. And they can then choose which of these they'd like to invest in. And investing into that, you are going into partnership with an entire community, not with just one potentially crooked partner, that may
stealing all the taking all the resources out and so on, and
exactly.
Lighting a big cigar.
Exactly. So by investing in One Small Town, you literally are investing into a small town, into a community, and going into partnership with an entire community. And the benefit of that is that now everyone in the community is on your side. Everyone is going to be working and contributing 3 hours a week to make your business a success. And this is why I truly anticipate that the moment we launch, and the smart and savvy investors around the world and people with money see this and see the simple structure of this, they're going to identify this as the new investment opportunity around the world. Because you can imagine, well, everybody knows how risky investment opportunities are and investments are. I mean, you can put your money into something and lose it overnight. Here, the guys will invest because the guys and girls will invest because they'll realize that they're not only creating a beautiful community for themselves and for the people, but for themselves and for their children and for their future, creating prosperity and abundance for everyone, including themselves, and especially for their children, for the future. And this is, I think, is going to create a new
I think the story is going to just spread, isn't it? Like wildfire.
Yeah.
It's going to be like, oh, this is what we've been looking for. This is what we've been waiting for. You know, taking back control, but also, you know, keeping that prosperity within the community, within the family, and, you know, for the next generations.
And keep in mind that there are only so many small towns in the world. So, you know, there are more millionaires and investors than there are small towns. Right. So put that ratio, you know, then you go, oh, but okay, so if I've got, you know, $100 million and I don't know what to do with it, that'll fund a one small town initiative, lock, stock, and barrel. You could become the single investor in 100 different businesses in that small town and be in partnership with that town. So I expect that we might see a lot of, I'm not saying that that's the way to go, but I'm saying that some of the switched on investors and people with money will see this as an opportunity and say, okay, well, help me set this up. I'll take this town. I'll fund everything in this town. So suddenly they'll turn from greedy whatever into potential saviors of small towns, because their greed will make them want to partner with that town and make them want to make it a great place, because it'll benefit them and it'll benefit everybody in the small town at the same time. The beautiful thing about this one small town model is no matter which way you break it down, it always ends up benefiting the community and everyone within that community, including the investor or the investors. So we're now ready. We've got the platforms ready, the memberships, the database, and what we tested yesterday, actually, and this is the most exciting thing for me, we tested our brand new trading platform for our new tokens, our cryptocurrency tokens, that even 6 months ago, we didn't dream about having this. But because of the global financial instability, what is happening with the financial markets and the cryptocurrencies around the world are falling apart, and the dollar is fluctuating, the South African rand is fluctuating, and now the banks are talking about creating digital money and all that kind of stuff. I realized that this presented us with a very exciting opportunity, because for many years I was making it very clear that we are not going to launch cryptocurrencies. We're not going to launch alternative currencies. So I want to make this clear as well, that by introducing the Infinity token, that's what our One Small Town token is called. It's a community token that represents the fact that you contributed 3 hours of work. So we were going to have to find a mechanism by which people prove that they worked for 3 hours, right? So it's one of those old card machines that you stick a piece of paper in, those punch cards.
Yeah. Clocking in,
clock in
clocking
and
out.
Clock out.
Yeah,
exactly.
So you've got the system that clocks in and clocks out, and just
so
I just wanted to say, for people who didn't know, like one of the fundamental principles of contributionism, which underpins everything in One Small Town, is that people give 3 hours of their work week to community projects, and they donate their spare time.
They donate their time.
Yeah.
And this is the key thing. So I realized that we could actually take this, and instead of just having an arbitrary clock in, clock out sort of time card, we could turn this into a crypto type of cryptocurrency where people get rewarded with a token. And we chose the tokens because they're much easier and to manage and mint and so forth. And what has now happened that, let me just go back. So for every 3 hours you contribute, you earn one Infinity token, right? So you go into our website, you see the beautiful tokens that we had minted. So what we had created here is that we've created a community token that rewards our people for helping their community and working in their community. But what's most important is that these tokens, or cryptocurrencies, if you want to call them that, I don't want to call them cryptocurrencies because I don't want them to be associated with
getting a bad name. Yeah.
On the market.
Yeah.
Because our tokens have a real value. They are supported by real people, real sweat equity and hard work and labor. Not only that, they represent a collective 60% ownership of all the businesses that we work in as the members of our community. So at the end of every month, we can calculate the value of every token very, very accurately. But to start with, every token has an immediate value that can be determined by the minimum wage, because somebody just worked for 3 hours to earn that token.
Right.
So that one token is worth 3 hours of labor. So $10 an hour, that means our token is worth $30.
Right.
And no one can argue with that, because somebody has just worked 3 hours to earn that token. They worked real work in a company, or fixing something, or cleaning the streets, or doing something. And that's what makes the One Small Town Infinity token completely different from any other cryptocurrency or token in the world today. And I trust, based on the immediate response that we've had already since June, there is a huge demand for the tokens. And we now have our platform ready after testing it yesterday, where people can go on our website, go onto our platform, open an account, and buy the tokens. The best part of this is, when you buy the token, it goes onto a digital wallet on your cell phone. But we've done something even more important. We have taken these cryptocurrency tokens, and each one is allocated with a unique number or a code, whatever you want to call it. So you can never lose your token. If you lose your wallet, your cell phone, or anything, it doesn't mean you lose your cryptocurrency. Like if you lose your flash drive in your wallet with Bitcoins, it's gone. That's it.
Gone. Yeah.
This can never happen with our tokens.
Right.
It is a central database where we issue the tokens, and they're traded and sold. That's where they are held. So you just have an account, and your wallet, your digital wallet, is just a representation of how many tokens you have in the vault. And then you can send the tokens to anybody else that has got an account on the trading platform. Just find their details and send them the tokens. So I expect that our tokens are going to become very popular, because they're very easy to share. You can't lose them. You can send them to somebody, or you can put them back on the platform and sell them. So
and I was reading the white paper, which we'll put links to below in the notes, and I noticed that there's 3 types of investor, isn't there? There's the worker who receives the coin for the contribution that he's making, the 3 hours a week, and then there's the local person who can sponsor from within the community, and then as an external investor, you can also invest. Is that right? Did I get that right?
Yeah. I just don't want to confuse the issue. So the Infinity token is just, that's it. It's the Infinity token. It's the community token that you earn for working 3 hours. That's it. Every time you work a shift of 3 hours, you earn 1 token. Right. And then those tokens are used at the end of the month to recycle when you come and get your goods from the One Small Town store that are allocated to you for your 12 hours of contribution. And that could be a bag of corn flour, it could be a bicycle, could be a laptop, could be vegetables, could be soft drinks, could be nail clippers. Whatever we manufacture in our factories, you get a portion of that, because we do it for ourselves. And then the rest of the bulk is sold and exported to make cash and profit. So
it's going to be this marketplace where all local produce can be put up for sale. Is that right? And there's going to be that exchange.
Yes. So the One Small Town store, which is we putting up in Kuruman already, is the store that belongs to the community, that everything we grow and build and produce and manufacture is sold and made available through the One Small Town store. So in essence, we're going into retail as well, because every time we put up a One Small Town, we have to put up a store to put our stuff into. And this way, once we have, can you imagine if we have 200 small towns in South Africa, that means we have 200 stores, like a Walmart or a Makro. So that means we distribute and sell our own goods and products, and we don't always have to look for somebody else to buy it from us. So this thing is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
And I'll tell you a little story I heard, because I live in Devon now, and obviously it's a big farming county, Devon. There's loads of farmers here, and they're complaining that basically all the big retail supermarkets are coming in and telling them, this is the price of your meat. Never mind what their costs are, whatever they're experiencing, whatever. This is the cost of your meat. That's all we're buying, because they become so powerful. So it's nice to have a marketplace which is a bit more honest, right? Where, where you can actually, the value is respected. Yeah. So that's great.
So
And maybe we could put the Omnia radiation balancer in the store as well, because that would be fantastic. It's
well, so let me just add that to that. The reason I'm talking to you obviously is because I love what you've done with the radiation buster, the radiation blocker buster. What is the right
we
word
call
to
it
use?
harmonizer, because we don't block the radiation, we don't reduce its strength.
Yes.
We just change the state so that it's now in a vibration that the body likes. So if you imagine that the radiation was kind of vibrating like this, and the human cell is vibrating like this, the human cell starts to pick up the bad vibration of the radiation, but we make the radiation basically go like this, so that the body actually says, "Oh, I like that." So that's the easiest way I can draw that shows the harmony that we create. Yeah.
So just to come back to that, I love what you've done with it, and I'm going to come back to that. So our platform is not only going to be selling our tokens, but and trading with our tokens. We also have the investor token, which is an investment opportunity for people who want to invest into a group of businesses. The investor token will be launched very soon. I'd say in the next 30 days or so. The investor token represents a 30% share in a profit share in a group of companies with a collective turnover of about $320 million per annum. So we've made 150 million of those investor tokens available. So all of this is going to be available on our trading platform, the One Small Town trading platform, plus various other products that we approve of and like. Like, for example, we are launching the One Small Town art galleries. In every town we launch, one of the first things we do, we find a big warehouse, we open it up, invite all the artists to come and display their art, and give them a global platform to sell their art, but retain the royalties on the sale of their art every time it is resold afterwards. So we've turned their art into an NFT as well, a non-fungible product and a token. And so we help the artists get visibility and make much more money from their art, where normally they would get one-off sale and that's it, never see their art again. This way, they constantly get a royalty every time their art is sold. We turn their art into a digital rights NFT and start promoting that. And every time that's resold, they earn another 10% royalty. So we're changing the way the art is sold, and we're giving artists more respect and more hope for the future, because so many artists are just being abused.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and they have to give up eventually. Yeah, there's unless you get a lucky break, then it's very difficult for artists. Yeah, phenomenal.
And then obviously,
I mean, I know art is so fundamental to all communities, and all arts budgets, because of recessions and craziness that's going on in the world, are just being slashed at the moment, aren't they? But it's so important, isn't it? Because it's the local flavor, isn't it? It's the local spirit that comes out in the art.
If you stimulate the artistic integrity of a community, you stimulate the soul of the community. If you uplift the arts of a community, you uplift the soul and the spirit of the community. It's always like that. Yeah. If you kill arts and kill the arts and culture and the sporting activities, you kill the soul of the community. So that's one of the key things that we have to do in every community. And so yes, your Omnia stickers and your radiation harmonizers will be one of the products we'll most likely sell, because it's something we resonate with, I like, and I know it's beneficial to my body and beneficial to my health. And why do I know it's beneficial to me? Because first of all, I know the inventor, Ilya Laketsevich. I know that he's one of the most smartest scientists and inventors in the world. And I know what you've done with it, because I know and I've seen the tests that you've done in a blood lab in London, and how your Omnia radiation balances, how they neutralize and how beneficial they are to your blood and prevent blood clotting and literally protect your body from these harmful radiation, from the harmful radiation all around us. I mean, I have one of your new products I've got right here. These
pendant. Yeah, fantastic.
That you just released recently.
And there's a little. Well, I've got mine on, but I've got another one here. But yeah, absolutely. That's the new pendant.
And
that
I
we
still
just
have
brought out.
I still have the very original stickers on the back of my phone. The very
Yeah, the old
first
Teslas.
sticker.
That's a collector's item right there. Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Before you change, just show us the logo again so I can see what it looks like. The sticker
Yeah,
looks like
the
now.
stickers
Yeah.
look like that. So just inside that sticker is a kind of energy imprint that is the genius of Dr. Lakisevich, as you said. He's found a way of putting an energy imprint in there that overrides the imbalance in the radiation field, because what he's found through his physics is that it's not the heat created by a radiation field that causes dissonance in our bodies, vibrational disturbance in our bodies. It's actually the imbalance of the vibration of the wave field, right? And so what he finds is that the sun, if again, I'm going to be really crude, but the sun is the giver of all life. It's basically vibrating with balance and centeredness. But when man makes radiation fields, they vibrate with imbalance and uncenteredness. And that gets picked up by our bodies because everything in our bodies is electric. You know, our hearts are big electrical pumps, our brain waves are electrical fields. We know that, alpha, beta, gamma, or whatever. And all of our organs have different hertz, which is electrical currency. So we pick up the imbalanced vibration of wireless radiation, unless we've corrected it with the Omnia products. So you're absolutely right. And the blood test is one of the best ways to show that. After I met him at your festival, I took his stickers back home and I met this guy who literally lived a mile away from me. He did live blood analysis and had a lab. So I took him into his lab and then I watched a video for 20 minutes on a phone, and I noticed that all my blood started sticking together, like the whole lot. It's called Rouleau syndrome, and it's sort of called adherence. So all the blood sample just stuck together, and it was just like, holy cow! Just after 20 minutes of watching a video, and then we stuck the stickers on, and straight afterwards, while that blood in my body was all stuck together, 20 minutes later, I took another test, having watched a video on a phone with the Omnia sticker on, and all of the blood separated and went back to its normal balanced state. So
that for me, Tim, that's the golden, that's the thing that sells it for me. First of all, I know the inventor, I know he's brilliant, he's a genius. But when you showed that blood test and the clotting of the blood being stopped and the blood separates again, the blood cells separate again because of your Omnia sticker, that sells it for me. And I think anyone that sees your video will go, oh my God, I need one of these stickers right now on all my electronic devices because I don't want my blood to clot.
It does do some good. For example, you know, when we muscle test, the body can go even stronger than it was before, you know, and that's great. And the other thing, a little bit of news I had literally this week was I did an interview with a guy who does biogeometry testing, which is a really subtle form of energy interrogation, where they can assess the vibration of any electrical field. And they tell me that anything that's electrical or wireless or radiating has 6 different detrimental energy qualities to it, and they can measure them all. And basically he said that all 6 were reversed and harmonized and made into positive energy fields by the Omnia technology.
Wow.
So he's like, I'm sold, I'm done. You know, this is it. This is really working. So that was really positive. You know, it was really positive. And we've also done HRV testing since we last spoke, where we, you know, because like I mentioned before, the heart is a big electrical pump, and the phone or wireless radiation interferes with the regulation of that heartbeat. So we showed that basically the heart was speeding up and becoming more regular. It's like the heart is supposed to just basically go boom, 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 boom. It's meant to regulate itself in real time. But what they measured when anyone was exposed to a phone or holding a phone for a long time is it just started going boom, 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 boom. So faster, but no intervals between the heartbeats, which is what you need, because the intervals show that the body is just adapting to everything that it's
Yes.
encountering. You know, the heart is so important and so misunderstood as well, as you well know. So the heart rate variability test results were really, really strong as well. So we're just continuing to find ways to show that we're helping people, and you can check them all out on our website. And I actually wanted, if you don't mind, to make a special offer on your behalf, because
Please
I know
do, please
I
do.
know you've got.
I want everybody to own an Omnia sticker.
Yeah. I'm going to say two things. First of all, we've got a new product, and it's so small. Like if you look at the old product, it's that size. So we've got these tiny little what I'm calling micro orbs, and it's a new product. And the reason why we brought it out is because it fits on glasses, and it also fits on earphones. So I speak to a lot of people on Zoom or whatever. They've got their earphones in, and these are perfect for earphones.
I just want to chip in here, Tim, because the earphones, I don't think people realize that now using all these wireless headphones that put them in there, that you got radiation right in your brain.
Yeah.
I mean, you got devices that are picking up radiation, you're sticking it into your ears right at your brain. I don't know if anybody is that gullible to use these kind of this technology, stick it right into your ears next to your brain. I don't get it.
Yeah, and listen, we did this thing called ART, autonomic response testing, and what we found was that when you put an orb sticker on the phone and put it near your ear, what they have is they have a way of testing the body's electrical signals and its immune response, right? So they do it by testing O-rings, right? It's an advanced form of muscle testing. So they have you have 8 O-rings, basically 2 per O, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's 2 ways of interrogating that O-ring. And if they put the sticker on the phone and put that near the brain, then the body went into this deep healing mode, right? Which they'd never seen before at the ART, which was developed by Dr. Klinghardt. Sadly, Dr. Klinghardt has asked that we don't put our test results on our website anymore. I don't know why, but that's just his prerogative. But I can talk about it, I hope. But the point is that all of the electrical fields in the brain do get scrambled by electromagnetic frequencies, man-made electromagnetic frequencies. So what happens when the orb sticker is on there is that those frequencies get balanced out, and that's really, really important. And anyone that's wearing headphones all day, which many people are now that, you know, we're in the Zoom generation and all meetings are done online, I would urge you to really consider that, and get an orb patch on all your devices, especially your headphones. But what I wanted to do is say, with this new product, I'd love to offer a little competition. So for anyone who takes advantage of this little discount, where we're going to make Michael's discount code, or Michael's affiliate code, which is One Small Town, all capital letters, all one word. We're going to make that 15% off until the end of August. So any product that you buy at the store, whether it's an Omnia pendant, which balances all the energy in the body, whether it's the stickers, which go on all your radiating devices, and anyone who buys from that group, we are going to choose 5 people to receive some totally free some Omnia micro stickers, which you can put on your headphones or on your glasses. I've got mine on my inside of my rim there, and I promise you, obviously it's my business, but as soon as I put them on, I just felt a little bit fresher around my eyes, because that's what it does. It is amazing sort of energy transmutation. So,
well, you know, those radiation frequencies that are distortive and destructive. Obviously, they put pressure on your face, on your muscles, and everything. So the moment you release that distorted energy, it will feel like relief. So I'm really keen to try those little micro stickers.
I'll send some out. I've actually got someone coming out to South Africa next week, I think to Cape Town, but she'll be able to post some out to you, because otherwise posting stuff to South Africa, it costs a fortune. So I'll organize that, don't worry. But yeah, there's the offer for anyone who's interested in Omnia products. Use the discount code One Small Town at the store, and it's www.omniaradiationbalancer.com, and please see our test results there and everything else. You know, I set up this company because through Mike, I met an amazing scientist who had a product that helps everyone. So that suited me down to the ground, because I like helping people. So if that resonates with you, then please go to the store and give yourself what I think is the best protection on the market.
Yeah. Well, Tim, I'd like to say thanks.
That's it from me. Yeah. Sorry, Mike. Go on.
Yeah, and I just want to say thanks for reaching out again. It's always good to talk to you. Always happy to hear your updates and improvements and the new discoveries. And I'm really pleased with the latest discoveries and upgrades or new versions of the radiation balancer that you've created. That's great. And I'm sure there'll be many more versions. Just keep it going. The technology works, I know, and I'll support you and support this product always, because I know how well it works.
I really appreciate it, Mike, and can't wait to get on your marketplace as well. So one last thing, would you mind just telling people how they can follow you on? I know you've got a Telegram channel. They can sign up to your newsletter on your website. Tell us everything. How do people get in touch?
All right, the first most important website to go to is our main website. That's onesmalltown.org. Everything you're looking for is on our website, onesmalltown.org. You can read about the news, the latest news updates. You can read about our tokens. You can join. Yeah, you can read about our tokens. You can open an account on the trading platform. You can buy tokens, download your digital wallet. You can become a non-resident member, and you can become a patron. Everything is on our website. So go to onesmalltown.org and just look around, play around, and you'll see the upgrades and the improvements, and the new additions will be coming to the website at quite a fast pace right now, because we're ready to launch a platform and launch so many other things. So very exciting to get in.
Yeah, I'm so excited for you, and wish you every success. And yeah, keep us all posted. And that's a wrap for now. Thanks to everyone for watching. Thanks, Mike. And we'll catch up soon, I'm sure.
Bye for now.